Oh, there was no thing that said go live, you know? Oh my god. I'm gonna see if someone is here, man. Hello? Oh, by the way, anyone want to join? I'm gonna add a in thing. Fucking mails. Anyone joining? Yeah, join. Just someone join. I mean, I'm gonna do LL to be honest. It's just, man, it's just like, I mean, it's just the quality of life as someone as short as I am is just so low, man. Like 9 times out of 10, like you know what's interesting? Like I'm wearing an imperial Japanese uniform to cope right now. You know, like when I go to school, right? Um, well, I remember hopping on a Discord with like a friend I haven't met since I was like 18 or something. I'm 24 by the way, so it's been like 6 years. And like last time I remember he was like around 5'4", 5'5", and he was like 18, right? I was 18, he was 18. Um, oh, it's an Uyoku Dantai uniform. It's like the if you go to Japan, like there are these like right wing groups, like they don't want like foreigners in the country and shit, Like they have some cool uniforms and stuff like that. But like I mean of course they advise against it because I mean most of them are tall, right? Most surgeons are at least average height, so they don't know the horrors of being a turbo manlet. They don't know the horrors of being a turbo manlet, you know? And like whenever I go to school, all I do is look down at the floor, because like if I looks forward or look up, all I'm gonna see are like wait, is it here? Does this sound better? Like all I'm gonna see is like children that are taller than me. Of course most women are taller, all men are taller than me, unless they have like some kind of deformity, like they have like dwarfism or like they're disabled or something. Like that's how fucking short I am. Like I have to look up at everyone unless they're like disabled or something. And like my parents give the usual like gaslighting advice, like, oh look at me, I'm having a great life, I'm short. Okay, born in the fucking 60s. like like surgeons in general, right? Like they're going to be more in line with, I mean, wealthier individuals tend to be taller. Like if you look at the demographics of surgeons, like there aren't that many Hispanic surgeons, so like they're gonna skew taller, for example. So I mean, yeah, Gen Alpha is gonna be freakishly tall. It's fucking over, man. Like I mean, I was also like going back to this story, I kind of got sidetracked about this. Like um there was this kid that I knew that was 18, right? And I was 18, and this was like senior year of high school. He was pretty short as well. I think that's the reason why I got I was friends with him, right? And this was live action. This was a live action role play scenario. So like, what do you call it? We would. I mean, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it soon. The heightism thing will come soon. But like, let me explain the situation, right? Like, there's this live action role play group. We're at a park, and we have two teams, right? We use foam swords, and if you tap someone with the foam sword, like um they have to respawn or whatever, right? So it's kind of like a game in elementary school. It's like a battle or something like that, right? And I would always get picked last, obviously, because I was the shortest guy there. No one wanted me on their team. So like I tried to cope so many times. Like I remember um like if you bought this fancy armor, right? If you got like metal armor that like weighs a lot, like you could get defense points, right? And they still picked me last. And there was this other kid, he was like 18. I was 18, and he was around like 5'4", 5'5", right? And I recently talked to him on Discord, and I asked him, like, I was just curious, right? Like, how tall are you? And he said, "Oh, I grew since then. Oh, I'm 5'9", 5'10". Are you fucking kidding me? Like, this already happened with um what do you call it? That Remember that video I did a while ago where I was complaining about this like elementary school friend, quote unquote friend, that fucking bullied me, that went from like 5'2" to like 5'9" or something. He was Asian as well, you know. Yeah, exactly. King Froglet. Like this happens every time. Like whenever I have friends, right? Whenever I have friends, like they start out around my height, and once they hit senior year, once they become like young adults or whatever, they all like they all end up being late bloomers. No one has shitty genetics like I do. Like everyone has like normal ass genetics. They're just late bloomers 9 times out of 10. That's why in high school, yeah, I was always picked last. I was picked last as a grown ass adult, as an 18-year-old. In these like adult school game sort of events, like live action role play, you know, and like this seems to be really, yeah, they every time I meet other fellow manlets, like during my school years, they always grew, while I stayed the same. And this happens so many times, man. Like um there's so many kids in high school that I was friends with because they were short. So like they had no friends and they're like outcasts just like me. And everything was going hunky dory for like the school year, right? But when summer rolled around, they all grew, right? And they just like moved on to like better social circles, and I was just left in the dust. And that's why when I was a senior in high school, like I always hung out with the freshmen, because like they were shorter. Yeah, I'm 5'3". I like I was talking to someone who said they were 6 feet, and I was like, that's not 6 feet, right? So I was coping to myself, thinking like, oh, maybe I grew, because that guy grew since he was 18, from like 5'4" to like 5'9". So like I just went to the bathroom like yesterday night, and I was looking for a tape measure, right? I found one in the garage, and I measured myself, and I'm not even like 5'3.5". I'm literally just 5'3" flat. I'm not even 5'3 1/4". I'm barely 5'3". So like, what do you think that says about my genetic? It's garbage. I fucking hate myself, man. It's not fair. Yeah, exactly. They're probably 5'10". So I was like, maybe I grew. Maybe I grew. No, a leg lengthening. Only option is leg lengthening, unless like you have, unless your like parents are taller or something. Chances are you have better genetics. Yeah, and like I mean, my parents don't get it, right? When I was in college, like I tried to like fashion max, right? Because like people were like, "Oh, just dress better, brah," and I took their advice, and like, but pygmy, you can't add half a foot with leg lengthening. I mean, that's the maximum, but yeah, that's for one bone. Like, what do you call it? There's the femur and tibia. The femur, I think the femur is the upper leg, right? That can do about 4 inches. The lower leg, the tibia, can do about 3, right? It's I don't know, man. It's just Here, let me post the link again. StreamYard. Yeah, you really have to experience the turbo manletism to feel what it's like to be this height, you know? Like, I mean, at this point, it's getting old, man. Like, I'm 24 at this point. I'm a grown ass adult. My brain is pretty much fully developed. Like, I think the brain stops developing at 30. I mean, 25. Sorry. Um, I mean, I've finished my undergrad degree. Like, I'm in graduate school, right? And most of the people are in their 30s or late 20s. So like these are grown ass adults, right? Like I'm not a kid anymore. And like you're still treated as if you're a junior level person, right? Like I've done 3 internships and like I've done several interviews with actual like full-time jobs, right? Like actual corporate jobs, and they just never take you seriously, you know? Like you don't come off as a serious person. That's the thing about being like this comically short. It's at the point you actually face prejudice, you know, actual heightism. Yeah, I always get called little buddy. It's all in your head, yo. It's all in your head, bro. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that. Also, I hate the short. I don't even think these are actual short guys. They're like, ooh, I'm 53 years old. Ooh, I got a job. I got a house. Ooh, I got a wife. Ooh, if I can do it, you can do it too. Like those are like it's like r slash short. You know, like r slash short is a colony of r slash tall. Like r slash short is literally like a puppet state of r slash tall. It's a shithole. You know, if you want actual pro manlet content, then go on r slash short guys. Or have you watched that documentary Short and Male? There's this guy called Joe Mangano on there. He's like 5'4". He has a website called uh, supportfortheshort.org. There are a lot of based um, podcasts on there. It's really based, man. What? Which one? Support for the short? Yeah, I mean, I mean, like, I'm literally just like such as an anomaly that I just look comically short, right? It's not even funny. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Even if I end up in a wheelchair, at least I get some pity, you know? At least I'm seen as a protected group. Like if you're a short man, they see you as an easy target. Like a short man is fair game, even for these SJW types. You know, like they can beat you up, they can call you names, they can demean you, they can shame your body, they can do whatever they want. And it doesn't matter. You know, like imagine if like you see all these comments demeaning short guys, right? Imagine if you replace the word short with black. You know, like people would be in an uproar if they said the same shit about short people as they did about any other group of people, you know, like even Asian guys like myself, you know. But the thing is, it's I just found it that it's worse to be short than Asian, you know, from my experience. I mean, not just regular short, but as short as I am, you know, it's just exactly they would face heavy consequences. Like you know that like stupid song, it's like it goes along the lines of short people, no reason to live. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like the Randy Newman or something. Like imagine if it was any other group of people, like X people, no reason to, like that wouldn't be acceptable, you know, if it was any other group of people. And like the stupid thing is he's so disingenuous. Like he claims that like the song was designed to um what do you call it? Expose bigotry. Where it does the opposite. Like just look at how it's being used. Like whenever you see that song being invoked, it's usually someone who hates short men and wants to like body shame short men and uses that song as a tool to do so. You know, how is that positive to our cause? It's not, you know? It's it's just a scam, man. Yeah, tall Asians can like look, you know that short kid that I was friends with when I was 18? Like I thought I was safe, right? He's 18, so he's not gonna grow. Like he literally grew like half a foot, you know. And I'm here. Ooh, ABD5 is here. Why don't you join the stream? The link's there. But like, wait, what was I talking about? Yeah, like if you want to cape, oh yeah, going back to what I said, the guy who became 5'9", right? All of a sudden, like, women showed interest in him, right? So I'm like, I didn't know why. I thought he was like the same like sub 5 short guy, and you know, like I didn't like I was like, someone showed interest in you? What? Like I was like, what? Right? Because I thought he was the same height because he was 18 the last time I saw him, right? And apparently he like once he told me he grew, like everything just connected, right? Because it's kind of obvious why that kind of thing would happen. It doesn't just happen just because, you know. Like it's just like the thing is if you're at least average height, you're seen as an adult, you know. But if you're as short as I am, you're more like a child plus, you know, or child minus even. Like you're not even considered just as good as a normal ass person, you know. Yeah, I mean they probably did that just it's like when what do you call it? Drama YouTubers have that like tiny little disclaimer at the front where it's like, oh, don't harass this person, and then people just end up harassing them because that was the whole point of the video. Like that's just to cover their ass, you know. Yeah, yeah, the 5'9" to 5'10" guys complaining about being below 6 foot. I mean, you're just. I mean, it's good to be over 6 foot, but like once you get to my height, right? Ooh, ABD5, welcome, welcome ABD5.
Hey,
Yeah, but like I think there are different brackets to height, right? Like if you're like below 5'6", you're treated in a completely different category than someone who's what like 5'8" to 5'11" and like 6 foot plus, 6'1" plus, right?
yeah, usually those between 5'8" to 6 foot are seen as typical normies, like everyday people. Those with the 6 foot plus categories are the ones with varying degrees of halo. I'd say if you're between 5'6" and 5'8", it really does get difficult, but it just depends on how you measure up in terms of your characteristics. But again, it's much worse to be closer to 5'6" than 5'8". But yeah, if you're
Yeah,
under 5'6", God help you, even if you do have good characteristics.
yeah, because if you're around that height range, right, like 5'8" to 5'11", you're in the realm of normalcy, right? You don't have like these comical proportions. Like, have you seen the Bagel Boss guy? Like, look at his proportions. Like,
Yeah,
his arms are extremely short. Like it's he looks like a child, right?
yeah,
But like he looks borderline disabled. You know, like how dwarves have like a unfortunate disability situations. You know.
yeah. Speaking of children, and I think you made the point. The point before I joined, and each and every time I pass by a kid that's maybe a decade younger than me, I always end up measuring myself against them in terms of height and in terms of like physical size. And you know what? Most of the times I feel like I just lost because you know what? A lot of these kids maybe 13 to 15. I see at least 5'7" or 5'8".
Oh my fucking god, man! Like I
Yeah,
remember, I remember going to this restaurant, right? It was like laid back and like it's a family restaurant, right? There aren't that many people that go to the restaurant. but like the people that work there are family members, right? And like I go
Yeah.
to that restaurant a lot with my parents, so they know me. So like I brought my parents brought my dog, right? Brought their dog, and they had like a 6 year old kid, right? And he wanted to like play with the dog and shit. And I shit you not, he was only like a few inches shorter than I was. So
Wait,
like,
6-year-old?
yeah, a 6 year old.
Oh God, that reminds me of my cousin who is, what do you call it? 8, 9 years old, and she's like an inch or two taller than me.
Oh my fucking god! Like
And
whenever I see like this is the thing. If I see someone as young as that, already that tall, like I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to see this person ever again. You know, I don't want to be in that
yeah,
position where like what 5 years from now he's like what 5'10", while I'm still the same height, and like he's looking down at me. You know, like
yeah.
it's humiliating when, especially because my mom said, "Oh, you're like a big brother," and I'm thinking to myself, not for long. You know, it's not gonna last.
Bruh.
I'm
You
gonna be
know
the
what?
little brother, and I'm gonna be like 3, 4 times his age. You know?
But honestly, of my entire family structure, I am literally the most subhuman build. So on my mom's side, I am the second oldest, and on my dad's side, I am the oldest. Well, oldest in terms of age, but when you measure me up to everybody who's at least reached the, what do you call it, their puberty stage, or maybe transitioning in from like, now what do you call it, adolescence into teenager. You know what?
They
All
just
of
get a
them
they
mug
just get
me.
a the rocket boosters attached to their growth, and they just like just go way past you. You know?
Yeah,
It's what is the where do you plan on ever going LL? I mean, I'm still consulting multiple doctors because like some doctors will give you different amounts of height, you know, for their average person.
yeah,
So like I don't want to be what like 5'6". Like I that's not enough for me, you know. Like I mean it
yeah.
might sound like oh I want too much or whatever, but like is it really that much to just be in the realm of normalcy, you know?
No, it's really not wanting too much. Like, think of it this way: you have to pay, quite literally, pay to play, pay to reach a level of normalcy other people get for free.
Yeah, for free. And the worst part is like these fuckers act like they earned it or something, you know? Like
Yeah,
like what do you call it? When their kid grows tall or something, they're like, "Oh, you grew so tall," you know? Like in the same way where they're like, "Oh, you graduated college." Like they say it in the exact same way, you know?
bruh, literally.
Like if it were up to me, I would literally give up all of my degree, all of my education just to become 6 feet, you know, and be a bum.
I would literally sacrifice more than 90% of my lifespan just so I could be 5'10". Fuck everything else.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I'm not joking. Literally a decade at a good height is better than living at
and
between
you know
what,
what's you
five,
know what's in you know
go
what's
on.
infuriating as well. Like when I talk to tall people and I ask them like, "Oh, how do you like being tall?" I mean, it's obvious, right? And they're like, "Yeah, kinda." Like they're not enthusiastic about it, right? But if that was me, I'd be like crying tears of joy and like jumping for joy and saying yes, yes, you know. And I would like get hard or something, you know.
Yeah. Now I think about tall consciously use their height as a benefit or like something to be proud of. They don't like when you ask them directly, like, yeah, I guess I like my height. I didn't have any
Yeah.
problem with it or whatever. But if you see how they behave in like a social
Entitled
setting,
piece of shit. Oh my
yeah, if
fucking
you see
god.
how they are in a social setting, you will know that they use their height to its absolute maximum benefit. Like you can tell that they would not want to be
Yeah.
anything shorter than
Yeah,
who they are.
why do they say I'm 6'3", by the way? Like if it wasn't that damn important, they wouldn't talk about it when it has nothing to do with the conversation, you know?
Oh
Oh,
shit!
I'm
Did
six
I
three
men-
by the way. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm 6'3", by the way. Did I mention I'm 6'3"? Oh, this is a nice chair, by the way. I'm 6'3". Oh yeah, I'm sitting down. I'm 6'3", actually.
Oh, do you want? I'm gonna read my Reddit posts. I'm sick and tired of these issues related to being short. I'm 5'3" and I literally have to look up fucking children. To remedy this, quote unquote, I have to end up looking at the ground slash floor so I don't have to see how short I am in relation to other people. Most women and
Yeah,
children are taller than I am. This isn't counting how everyone treats me like a child slash has perceived juniority. I'm 24. And I do everything and look at I do everything to look as young as possible. You know, like growing out my hair, shaving every day. Like whenever I get like even a little bit of stubble, I shave. You know, like these people on r slash short, they're like, "Oh, just femboy max, just femboy max." But like, bruh, like let's be completely honest. That only works for like a handful of people until they're like 25 or something, and then you
yeah,
become, and then you can't pull off that look anymore. So
yeah,
they're basically just telling you to do like a short term thing that only works for a few people. You know, a
yeah,
short man who has the face of a real adult is seen as more as a fair game for bullying and open prejudice, and I just can't deal with it. Let's be
yeah,
honest. There are three options for short people as people as short as me: self isolate for the rest of your life, become trans and actually pass, get leg lengthening, or self delete. You know, it seems like the only realistic option is LL. That's true. You know,
yeah,
people keep telling me side effects or the risks. My dad told me the exact same thing when he refused to give me HGH in my formative years. What a piece of shit. Kicking down the can is not fixing the problem until it's like not fixing a problem in a car until it gets worse. I need to take action or else I'm going to run into the worst of it for the rest of my life. Honestly, I can't believe I have to pay 200K femur and tibia and go through unimaginable pain slash spend at least a year in the surgical process just to have a chance of getting around the realm of normalcy. You know,
yeah. No, honestly, the worst thing your dad did to you, other than the worshipping Amnesty International, is literally not giving you HDH when you
I
genuinely
asked
could
for
have
it. I
used it.
asked for it, but
Yeah, I know.
he chose to like not give it to me on my behalf.
Yeah,
What a slow IQ bullshit
but you know what you can do? You
situation.
can literally gender transition max, and your parents don't even have to, what do you call it, speak on your behalf in that case. Funny how some stupid shit works like that.
Oh, just lift weights. Wheo, wheo. Learn martial arts. Ooh. Ooh, be confident. You know what's funny? When people say be confident, they're not actually talking about being confident. They're not asking you to stand up for yourself because then you have a Napoleon complex, right? What they actually want is for you to just like when they like demean you or whatever, you're just supposed to like take it and laugh it off. You're just supposed to like be this fucking jester that like spins and twirls and like this is another thing. Like I remember talking about being a jester in
Yeah,
Face Enormous's stream as like a someone who's low value, but this is just something that short guys have to experience in general, right? Like you're
yeah,
you're you're seen as you're basically just seen as a joke. So your role is the jester. You know, that's just something that comes with being short.
yeah, of course. Whenever they say, "Oh, just be confident," they really just mean enlist in the jester army. So you can
Yeah.
not only entertain us, but literally fight on our behalf. Like look
So
at r
so
slash short and some other, what do you call
yeah.
it, such groups. They literally go out to their way to spend their own time, literally striking down other short guys who are trying to talk against heightism. Why? Just because they can fucking play the role that they were assigned.
I mean for what exactly? Like on r slash short, like these people basically just bend over backwards for like the tallers, right? And
Yeah,
I mean, what do they get out of it? Just get bullied less, you know? Like it seems like it seems like a r slash short is like a puppet regime of controlled by r slash tall, right? Because like when you go on r slash short, whenever a tall person comes in, like they're all like respectful and different to their opinions, right? And they protect them if a short guy breaks the mold. And like whenever someone from r/short goes to r/tall, they bully the shit out of them, you know. So like there's just
Yeah.
like tall the r/tall people feel entitled to go on r/short and just bully the shit out of the people there, like disrespect the people there. Like they either see themselves, like fashion themselves as like a mentor or a critic or someone who has some kind of authority over the lived experiences of short people, you know.
Yeah.
Like instead of us talking about our own experiences, they feel entitled to speaking on our behalf, right? Because they see themselves as an authority by default, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is why I never go to r/short. It's complete rot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, tall occupied subreddit, exactly. Yeah, and like the only good places r/short guys at this point, and Heightism board, but like it's, I don't know. I've tried to like, it doesn't seem to have been active since like 2022. Like all these, oh man, it's
No,
just
this
not
is
fair, man. You know.
yeah. I guess this is a problem with a lot of the short spaces. Like they always run their course. They always come for a limited amount of time, and before you know it, they're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, because like there are just too many. I think the reason why they get shut down is because like so many people are just, they just have horrible lives, right? And they constantly talk about like self deletion. So like
Yeah.
in that kind of situation, like they get banned or whatever, right? But it's not even banned for like good faith reasons, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, why are record holding tall men put on a pedestal while the shortest men are ignored? Have you noticed that as well? Like
Yeah.
whenever there's like someone who like grows a lot, they have like gigantism or something, like they become instant celebrities online. People like interview, like hold up mics to them. They do like these stupid TikToks with them, you know. But
Yeah.
whenever it's like the shortest men, like no one gives a shit. Like we're not
Well,
worth even considering, you know.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even though both gigantism and what do you call it, dwarfism are
Dwarfism, yeah.
yeah, both technically are seen as type of disabilities due to like abnormal growth spurt. Of course, the tall fags get all of the height benefits, whereas the ones with the varying degrees of dwarfism, I guess it's like different strains or different types of dwarfisms. I've
Yeah,
lost that bit a bit.
and the shortest men have to, like they're basically just disabled people that have to be taken care of by their family. You know,
Yeah.
there's no celebrity dumb. Like they're basically just, there's a prop for the tall men, you know.
Yeah, there's this one video of this kid that, what do you call it? I think it was around 10 or something, but grew to like 6'5", 6'8", something like that. And you can literally see it in that kid's expression. He knew he fucking won, even though he would be terribly, what do you call it,
Yeah,
disjointed
he has
due
a
to the,
big smile on his face, you know. Like
yeah,
whenever if like someone tells them like, "Oh, you're going to be short," like all of a sudden like they start crying, or like their expression changes in like a negative way, right? Like they instantly frown or have that like 1,000 yard stare in their face,
yeah.
you know.
And that's the thing, unless if you aren't extremely autistic, you literally get to find out early on just how much of a disadvantage it is being short. A
Yeah, I
good
got bullied
example
for
is,
my height. I got bullied for
yeah,
my height. I
exactly.
mean, it got really bad, man. Like, I mean, it got to a point where, you know, stuff that I can't talk about on this stream, you know.
Yeah, like a good example is if you are the shortest kid in the class, and this didn't go for female, it's mostly for male. If you are the shortest, absolutely everybody else around you would see you as a free punching bag. It
Yeah,
literally happened to me.
I'm always put in the jester role, you know, because
Yeah,
that's the only acceptable role that we are allowed to be in, and that's just, I mean, I talked about it as being like a general like low value man thing, but like that's just a
yeah,
short man thing, to be completely honest. Because like if you're someone like Face in LMS and you're amongst like other guys, like people will still respect you for your height, you know. But
Yeah,
like if you're extremely short, like you're just seen as like short guys are actually weaker as well. Like we're weaker.
yeah.
Like you know that video where the 6'11" 14-year-old, like he literally won an arm wrestling contest with like a 30-year-old bodybuilder.
Wait, real shit.
Yeah. Like someone who goes to the gym a lot, and the tall 14-year-old was like fat as well, so he didn't exercise as well.
Yeah, of course.
So like you know we're just like I see all these like coping manlets. They're like, oh we get muscles faster, bro, but like those muscles don't mean anything because they're on a very light and weak body, you know.
Yeah, and what's funny is we get muscle faster, bro. It's a literal what do you call it? The myth. You don't get muscle faster. It's just that every time you put on the muscle mass, it looks much more larger on like a shorter frame than it would on like a larger one. But no,
Yeah.
you don't get muscle faster. If anything, depending on your growth rate, you would grow as much as everybody else, but it just looks much more on like a shorter body.
I mean, it reminded me of this like game on Roblox. Like you would load a ship with cargo, right, and then you would make money like per crate or something. Like
Yeah,
a short man is like a small ship, right? You could put less cargo on it. It looks like it's full, but like
yeah,
you're not gonna make any money. But if you have like a massive ship, like it takes more cargo to make it look full, but like you're
yeah.
gonna make a load of money off of that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The same cargo on a small ship would only take up a fraction of a space on like a giant ship, literally.
Yeah, and you know that's not something to brag about. That just means you have less potential as a manlet, you know.
Exactly. But you can literally, if you see the comparison picture of someone who is tall, muscular, and short muscular, you
The
can
tall,
literally
muscular
see,
guy is much stronger, much
and
stronger.
not only that, but it's literally, you can look at their frame. You can tell by the frame of how much potential they have.
Yeah.
With the short guy, he looks like his shoulders are drooping down, whereas with the tall guy, you can actually see the, what do you call it? The shoulders of my face.
Oh, like the tall guy. Like I mean, they have more reach as well. Like they could beat
Yeah,
the crap out of like most short. I mean, there's a reason why there's such thing as weight divisions in boxing, right? The shorter, like
yeah,
a good, like a high performing short guy isn't gonna be doing as well as I mean, as a high performing tall guy. You know,
yeah,
like a heavyweight's going to do a lot better than the lightweight. You know.
yeah,
Oh, like let me read my. I'm glad I wrote down these articles. Why are record-holding tall men put on a pedestal while the shortest men are ignored? People are always in awe of people like Robert Wadlow, and yet they always seem to get all the attention online and in real life. Meanwhile, I can't get a single. I can't name a single shortest man in the world. It is blatant heightism where short is associated with bad and tall is associated with good. What's worse is that these people are lauded as if they had some great achievement when they did absolutely nothing to earn it. People strive to be tall and fear shortness. They are treated like celebrities while the smallest men are discarded as if they never existed. That's
yeah,
pretty those are facts, you know.
yeah, straight up.
And here's another article I made. Short problems versus tall quote unquote problems. I hate it when tall people complain about their problems. They are things that are purely physical and don't really mean much at the end of the day relative to short men. Society doesn't have an active hatred for them, more like admiration, while short men actually have people wantingly hating them. You know, I mean, have you seen the comments about us? Like it's some crazy
Yeah,
shit. You know, it's
yeah,
even
literally.
worse in a sense since they hate you as a means in itself. It's not like I hate
Yeah,
X people because they did something to me. It's always I hate short men because they're short. You can
yeah,
see a post on pretty much any website disparaging short men, saying that we should all be sent to uh, campus, let's say, and we should all be deleted, should all mass deletion, etc., etc. I'm
Of
sick
course.
and tired of hearing about tall men complaining about trying to duck under doors or low shower heads. People in the comments of these videos constantly praise tall men for these inconveniences in quotes. These fuckers know it. They are basking in their superiority, yet they have the gall to argue against the problem of short men as if they were equal to being a literal second class citizen. This isn't about clothes or trivial BS like that. Like it really isn't about clothes. Like fuck that, man. Like clothes are just the tip of the iceberg, and a medium sized shirt is designed for someone who's 6'2". So I mean, even within the clothes department, tall men have the advantage. And do you know what's even worse? An extra large shirt costs the same amount as an extra small shirt. So we're subsidizing tall people.
We always have been
Yeah,
and
same
always will
with
be.
same with airplanes. You know, I know they complain about like airplanes and stuff like that, but we weigh a lot less. So like
No, dude,
paying
honestly,
we're paying
when it
for
comes
their fuel.
now, when it comes to the airplane shit, with the extra money that they make due to their height privilege, they can fucking go buy what do you call it? Like first class seats. I literally don't care about their little leg problems.
Yeah, because they make a lot more money than us. I think for every inch they make $3,000 more or something like that, right?
Yeah,
So what do you call it? Someone who's like average height, let's say like 5'10", is like, well, let me do the math. So like seven times 4, right? 4,000.
yeah,
I mean, anyways, it's a lot of money, right?
yeah. Now,
Like
honestly, with one of
that's a whole McWagey job within a year. That's
yeah,
like working at a McDonald
yeah.
full
Now,
time.
honestly, with one of those leg inches, they can go buy like a upgraded seat ticket. Like I swear to
Yeah,
God.
if they make what like $30,000 more, I mean that's more than enough to go. I mean, not even just use an airplane, just have a full on vacation every year. You know,
Yeah.
like just
Now
have
let's.
because like while short men stay at home, like staring at the wall all day, like tall men can actually use that $30,000 to go on a vacation every year. You know,
Now let's be honest. With tall fact salary, it's not just going every year. They probably go like 2 to 3 vacations a year.
because we short people, they mostly physic. I mean, they have all the physical advantages. You know, like I mean, for every quote unquote physical quote unquote issue that they have, like there's one that's 10 times worse for manlets. Oh, I have to duck under um door frames or whatever. But with short men, we have to like fucking climb up to the cupboards like we're doing like parkour or something and damage the the furniture there, you know, or we have to like
Yeah.
buy new furniture. We have to buy additional things. It's not something that you can just physically maneuver out of, you know. Like with short men, you have to own extra items. It's not enough to just physically maneuver your way out of it, you know.
No, honestly, for certain things, whenever I'm getting at the grocery store, I need to ask the store attendant to literally get it for me because I literally physically cannot reach while I see other people just to reach up and grab it. I just is so demeaning.
Yeah, I mean it is demeaning, and they treat you like, I mean, why? I mean, you can't even just like, it's almost like you have to be disparaged, you know, because like
Yeah,
it's not enough that you just go to the store and buy it on your own. Like you have to like have that highlighted to you that you're just too short.
yeah. With the shop attendant looking at you like, why
You
can't you get it
know, was a
yourself?
manlet I was, and got tons of women, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Now the
whatever,
one thing
man.
I always hated on r slash short is all these guys talking about. Oh, I always get all these tall girls, bro. I have several tall girls. I'm married to a 5'11" tall girl. Do
I
you know
think
I have so
I
many
think
tall
that's just
exes?
some like tough guy wannabe sort of thing where they over
Straight up,
exaggerate. Like I mean they have like these like stupid egos that they need to protect, you know.
exactly. Now honestly, every time I read these stupid comments, it just makes me fucking itch up my skin. Like
Yeah.
I know and they
And
know
it's
they're
all
both
like
making shit up.
insignificant crap that like we don't care about, right? Like they always talk about like, oh, we can fit in small spaces. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I'm not 12 anymore. Like I don't care about hide and seek. Like I want things that adults want. Like I don't care about how good I am at hide and seek or
Oh yeah, hide and
what do you call
seek
it, childish
mastery 10
games.
years running. Yeah,
childish games that like no one my age would. I mean, even if you did play hide and seek, like you would just be seen as a predator, you know, like
yeah,
these aren't benefits. They're just vestigial crap that like you can't use anymore. You know,
yeah. I
like the
mean,
quote unquote advantages that you have.
yeah, or you'll be playing with yourself because all the other grown-ups are busy doing adult things like starting families, what do you
Yeah.
call it,
I mean,
progressing in their
I'm a
careers.
grown ass adult. I want a family. I want a place to live. Like, I want to get the fuck away from my short dad, you know? Like, oh my God. I just want a real life. You know, that's what, like, I want things that adults want, not like,
Yeah,
what do you call it? Fucking candies and hide and seek, you know?
yeah. Honestly, given the history with your dad, you definitely need to get the fuck away from him, if anything.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't even help me with LL, then like, that
No,
kind of that
since
kind
you're,
of reveals his cards, you know? Like, I think he just wants to, like, assert his dominance over me, and he'll do anything to do
yeah.
it.
Honestly, at least your mom is helping you. That's all that matters. And if when you can't get a little, just get it as soon as you can.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, here's another thing. You need to get LL as soon as possible because the younger you are, the more inches you can get.
Or better yet, the younger you are, the less complications you'll likely get as
Like
well.
both. You'll get more
Yeah,
inches and less complication because you heal
yeah,
better. But I don't like this like, oh, just Viet Cong. I know it's like a joke or something, but like when people are like, oh, just Viet Cong, that's like telling me, oh, just Imperial Japanese Max. You know, it's like, I mean, I am Imperial Japanese maxing. I'm wearing an Imperial Japanese uniform. I have like a Imperial Japanese sword. Like, I always listen to the music. You know, that's how I like that's how I sleep at night. You know, like
yeah.
at least I can be proud of something. You know, because
No,
like
sorry, I
like
was
here
saying,
and it's not like I have no achievements either, you know. I know I have achievements. I know I have talents. I know I have um uh, I can be funny and so on and so forth, but like it doesn't really seem to matter, right? Because like if you're that's why I seem to be very prolific online. Like, I have the talent to be good socially online. Yet when I'm in real life, those talents don't transfer very well, if that makes sense.
yeah,
You get what I mean, right? That's why all of my social interactions have been online
of course. I know that's the
because
thing.
they
Your
can't
height,
they can't like. I think this is another reason why tall guys always have to mention their height, right? Because they're so used to like having that social dominance in real life that they just can't stand having to compete at the same level as someone who's short, or like
yeah,
having a slightly more equal competition with someone who's short, you know.
yeah. I mean, if most of the times their height and their looks are their credentials. So it's like you, the short guy who spent all this time improving. Why did they even get you?
Oh, let me read this article that I wrote that exactly mentioned this. I remember someone on Heightism Hub talking about tall men's. Someone mentioned like the Trumpolian complex because it's like Napoleon but like tall. In real life, they feel entitled to short guys moving aside for them, shutting the fuck up until they're done talking, expecting everyone to defer to them automatically, feeling entitled to violate short people's personal space whenever they want to go on a subway, for instance, or expecting us to accept infantilization slash humiliation slash jokes, short quote unquote jokes, actually prejudice from taller men without any retaliation and receiving the many other benefits, the other special privileges a tall man receives. They proceed to become a quote unquote gentle giant, like very aggressive, like abusive when they don't get their way, or if a taller guy gives them the same treatment they inflict on shorter men. It's the same reason why tall men always have to mention their height online. They can't stand that they have to play on a more equal playing field in an online chat room, as an example. They can't psychologically intimidate short people into kowtowing to their needs. How is a tall man supposed to look down or implicitly threaten a short guy with his mere presence on a Discord slash Reddit group? Tall men just can't stand having to speak on their own merits. This is why they seem uncreative. They never had to develop the faculties and defense mechanisms from the day to day heightism that short men face. if a tall man 6'3" switched places with a turbo man like me 5'3", they would not be able to say they would not be able to handle it to the point of self-harm. The same behavior a tall man engages in is seen as unacceptable for a short man to do, since they will be labeled with quote unquote short man syndrome. If they had the same treatment we did, it would be no surprise if they became angry due to the day-to-day heightism a short man faces. That's very true, you know. And this
Yeah,
is another point I want to make. I was looking through my old video. I came across one called "I Hate Being a Short Man." Remember that one? That was from ages
yeah,
ago. I was a stupid 18-year-old. Yet it's surprising how many of the points that of what short man had to face. I mean, sorry. I was a stupid 18-year-old, yet it's surprising how I hit many of the points of what a short man have to face daily. Goes to show how ubiquitous heightism is towards short guys, right? Like
yeah,
these points are just so like I keep having to deal with these situations over and over again that it's just so obvious that I can just state them X, Y, and Z, right? I can talk about them in succession really easily.
mm,
But yeah, I mean this is why like I think why tall guys always have to mention their height, right? Because they're just trying to like I mean it works to some extent, right? Like
yeah,
if there's like these like groveling short guys, like they're just going to kowtow to them anyway.
exactly.
Because
Like they always mention.
they're just used because like look, they like in the way that like short men grow up in a way where like they're basically trained to kowtow to tall guys in fear of retaliation, right? Like if a short guy becomes a clown and a jester, like they're gonna get bullied less, I guess, compared to if they went the Napoleon quote unquote route. I think it's bogus. Like it was made by it was invented by like Alfred Adler. Remember that shithead?
Yeah,
Like Alfred Adler, the one that like ITV criticizes a lot. Like it's that same guy made like bogus syndromes about short men to demonize us. You know, no
yeah, and honest,
studies, no evidence. He just felt like it. He just hates short men.
yeah, and honestly, years later, his legacy is now being carried on by tall guys and the females that just dislike the subhumans like
I mean,
us.
have you seen the comments that are just out and about short men? Like
Yeah, and
like it's not even like trolling either, right? Like with trolls, they're not like taking it seriously, but like with hatred against short men, it's just it's wanting, you know? Like it's not like, oh, I don't like short guys because they did something to me. You know, it's like I hate short guys because they're short.
yeah,
Like it's
and
the purest hatred that you can think of.
yeah, and honestly, we as a community are of course labeled as the most vile, the most hateful, and the most whatever isms they can add, but none back onto themselves.
Yeah, I mean the funny thing is like when they say the same things we do, like it's fine, you know? Like if they do it, it's fine. When we say the exact same thing, it's not. Like, oh, women prefer tall men, you know?
Yeah,
Like
well,
if
it's
if if
because
we say it, then oh, we're being toxic. If they say it, then oh, that's it's fine.
yeah, and it's because of women's what do you call it? They are a protected class, so they can essentially say and do whatever they want, and it's very accepted.
Yeah, well, if we even peep about like our own struggles, oh, it's just it's our fault, bro. Like they always have to deflect the
Yeah,
prejudice we
honest,
felt. Like any prejudice we face is blamed on ourselves. You know, like I mean, this is very common amongst like pretty much any um what do you call? I mean, if you look at like 19th century books on like slavery or like people who are actually oppressed and whatnot, in like in like colonial states or whatever, like they always blame it on the people that are being oppressed. You know, it's the same shit with short men.
because short guys are a demonized class, it just means even if something is not our fault, it's still blamed on us. Better, you should have picked better options.
Yeah. God made you this way for a reason. I mean, I
Yeah,
must
you
have
should.
been like some kind of dictator in the past that like killed billions of people or something.
Yeah, or you should have solo leveled in the womb while you still had a chance, Inkwell.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's just I don't know, man. It's a scam, man.
Yeah.
Let me read one of I think
Pick.
I already read that one.
Yeah, pick better parents, bro.
Yeah, it's such a scam, man. Oh my fucking god.
You remember
Oh,
that
this
video
is
of?
this is exactly what I actually wrote on this earlier. I feel pressure to look younger to avoid heightism, right? Like I think I talked about this earlier in this stream, right? Like I try to look as young as possible, so I'm identified as a kid than a short adult. You know, because like the reaction that the people react to like short kids differently than short adults. You know, if you have a face of a grown ass adult, you're just seen as fair game. But if you look like a kid, then you're seen as more. They give you a break. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, but it's only gonna work for so long, to be honest.
Let me read this. For context, I'm a 21-year-old 5'3" guy living in a European country where the average height for a male is 5'10". Even though I am meant to be a grown man, I only look about 14. There's nothing more to grow. There's nothing more than to grow a beard, bulk up, and develop into a man's body than look like a teenage boy. But I feel like I never did that. I stick out like a sore thumb. Right now, I feel like I can fly under the radar because of how young I look. I'm skinny and look very youthful and blend in well with the rest of the teenagers where I am from. Because of this, the strangers never look at me and think, oh, wow, look how short this man is. Exactly. This is what I've been doing since like high school as well. I try to hang out with the younger kids so that I won't be identified as being short, you know?
Yeah,
Because
honestly,
I would still be shorter than they are, but like I would just be seen as like less short, you know, just a regular manlet, not a turbo manlet.
yeah, honestly, picking on one of the points you mentioned about growing out a beard, you'll just look like a dwarf that should go off and work in the mines. So I don't know about
This
that
is
one,
why
bro.
I talked about this earlier. I always shave. Like I don't leave a single thread of stubble on my face. You know,
Yeah,
instead they just assume that I'm a teenager that has years of growth ahead of me, so they don't pay attention to me. I found this is a good way to avoid facing heightism, but it really goes does get to me that everyone automatically assumes that I'm still a little boy. I could
actually,
easily,
on
I
that
could,
point,
yeah,
whenever I answer the door and there's somebody trying to either sell a product or advertise something or raise charity for something,
yeah.
and whenever I answer the door, they always say, "Oh, there's somebody at home to basically receive whatever message
Oh,
I'm going to relay." I'm
yeah.
thinking it's not
You're not
because
seen as a grown ass adult. I want to be
exactly.
seen as a grown ass
Uh,
adult, not a mini man. You know.
yeah, exactly, and they don't say that because oh, you're not the owner of the house. Like that's an excuse they give. They always say it because I literally don't look like an adult to them.
Yeah, even if you have an adult face, you know, like
Yeah,
they see you as disabled basically. You know,
yeah,
if you're really short, people see you as disabled and not the head of the household. If that makes sense. I could easily pack on size and grow a beard if I wanted to, but I know for a fact that if I did, I'd get so many stares and be treated horribly because I am shorter than the average woman here. Even though I found looking younger is a great way to avoid heightism, it's very much still a curse. For starters, women my age think that I'm a child and won't pay a single bit of attention to me because naturally they aren't attracted to children. I've also found that it is hard to make friends with guys my own age because they automatically assume that I am much younger than I actually am. No one takes children seriously either. So you can imagine how frustrating it becomes when you want to be treated with a bit of respect. And do you know what the worst part about this is?
yeah.
Like it's not a permanent solution. Everyone gets older, everyone starts getting wrinkles, so like at a certain point like this plan just isn't feasible, if that makes sense, you know? Like you can't just like youth max forever. You can't youth max and like try to fly under the radar forever. That just doesn't work. That's why for me, I mean, I'm already like 24, right? I'm aging. I need to get leg lengthening surgery so that I'm just seen as a normal human being, and I don't have to. It's more sustainable if that makes sense.
Yeah, so at least this way you can salvage whatever of your youth you possibly can and gracefully transition into being into your 30s. So you're not
Yeah,
like this, what do you call it, the thing that failed to launch.
yeah, exactly. Like we're malformed in a sense. Like even though I'm genetically designed to be this way, like you're seen as like borderline disabled, like you're some kind of North Korean famine victim.
Yeah,
Even though I found looking younger is a great way to avoid heightism, it's still very much a curse. First, I think I already read that. This is what I hate most about being short. I can either stay looking young if I want to remain invisible, or push myself to look my age and face a life of constant ridicule. I saw another guy in here, my height, mentioned that he faces the same exact issue, so I want to vent about this experience. This
yeah,
very issue. I'm just responding to it.
yeah. Oh, did you get any
Yeah,
replies on the, what do you call it?
yeah. I mean, this is another thing. Like, I mean, I talked about like femboy maxing, right? Like, that's only like you see people in r/short talking about this stuff, but like again, it's only feasible if you're under 25. I mean, some people can like push it a little further, but like 9 times out of 10, it's not feasible to do
Yeah,
long
no,
term.
honestly, no, honestly, I'm sorry, not sorry for saying this, but fanboy maxing is mostly for whites, and then but when it comes to
Exactly.
trans maxing, it's like only a select few ethnicities can the trans max, and the rest of them they
Yes.
just look like these horrible abominations. And you know what? I am ruthless for saying this, but it's literally true.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work. I mean, youth
Yeah,
maxing doesn't work either. I mean, it might work for a little bit, but like, I mean, the time always catches up to you. That's
yeah,
the
and it
reason
does.
why you can't like solve this problem like this.
Yeah, and it does so unexpectedly. Like, how are you gonna youth max when you're 28 years old and looking like you're about to turn 30?
Yeah, I mean, people bald as well. Like, you can't like look young if you're bald. You know, like
Yeah,
how is a
I,
bald guy supposed to like look young? Look like you're like 17 or something. You can't.
yeah. Honestly, I've seen some Norwooding cases, and I swear to God, if you're in your early 20s or even in your teens and you're Norwooding, you look like you're in your mid 30s. It's literally that bad. It's a curse.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not a permanent solution, man. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel pressured as well.
yeah.
Oh man, like
Hopefully
those
you
are the
manage.
four options again. I mean, there's only one real option, or just I can't talk about it here, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
I
hopefully
that
the
or LL.
skydiving off a bridge without cords attached.
Yeah, like a splunking.
Yeah,
Splunking in a underwater cave without a breathing apparatus and
yeah,
going as far as you can.
exactly. Swimming against the grain.
Yeah.
Honestly, as a short guy, life literally feels like you're swimming against the grain. The land is behind you, but you have to go forward. And I just don't know what to wear.
Oh, do you know what's funny? Like how nearly hold on. How r/short expects us to dress on a daily basis, and he's like wearing like a 1920s suit or something.
Yeah,
Like that's what they expect you to do, just dress like a clown or something.
yeah, and honestly, just LARP like you're in power, whereas tall guys get actual power.
Yeah, and they could be wearing a t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah. No, it's funny really. Whenever I go with my friend, I'm usually dressed as like a smart casual, whereas he just wears whatever he wants to.
Also,
He wear
let me read this. This is the truth, by the way. You know, like a lot of people think that they're gonna grow. Like everyone copes, right? They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna grow past 18." Very few people do, you know. And this article encapsulates that. Like it's. Let me read it out. Hold on. Stupid mouse flopping around. It is very rare to grow past 21. I don't mean it to be discouraging, but I think some people need to accept. I posted this on r/tall too, but the mods deleted the post. 21 is the latest age to really gain any height for late bloomers. Growth plates after 21 is very rare, and growing up until 25 is a major myth. I would say growth until 25 is natural, is legit. One one in a million level rare. 99.9% of men are done by 21. Ralph Macchio is the only confirmed case of growth until 25. If you grow past 21 or know anyone who did, show evidence. I've seen my research, guys. I just want you to want like a blah 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 to understand. Yeah, like there is no growth past it. Like I people keep coping by saying like, "Oh, you're going to grow past this age or whatever," but it's over. Especially
yeah.
especially if you're like genetically short, if both your parents are short. Man, it's
I mean, it doesn't even have to be the case. Sometimes your parents aren't short, but you know what? You still get the curse of the mother.
I'm just tired of these stupid like gaslighters, man. Like they're standing in
Yeah,
the way of progress.
aren't they always? And honestly, like they, with whatever miserability they feel, they just want you to be a part of it.
You know what's funny? Like there's this picture that has like a 5'5" woman and a 6'2" woman. I mean 5'5" man and a 6'2" woman together, and like
Yeah,
it's all over the internet, right? But it kind of goes to show where like it has to be the same image, right? It's not like just a collection of images of that happening. It has to be like one image of like a short guy with a tall woman, you know?
yeah,
Yeah, it's like how it's like, oh look, you see one Asian CEO, that means the bamboo ceiling doesn't exist, brah. Yeah, I mean
that's which
LL
that's
is the
just
only
stupid shit.
solution. I hate this. I can't stand being shorter than everyone. I've tried everything. Lifts, bigger shoes, all of it, and it looks only like LL will get me out of being the shortest person in every one of my classes. Why the fuck is everyone in the UK so tall? I'm 5'10" with shoes on. What? 5'10", and I'm called a small man every single day, and it's driving me insane. I think the maximum growth I can achieve with LL is 6 inches. Correct me if I'm wrong, but fucking hell. I hope being 6'2" barefoot and 6'4" with shoes will solve. I mean, the 5'10". I wish I was 5'10", man.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting
five.
LL just to get closer to that, you know, not even get to 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10" is a decent height. Even if you get close to it and then wear lifts, it should do the job.
Yeah, you could get like elevator shoes. That'll give you 3 inches.
Yeah,
Like I mean, I think elevator shoes are designed to make you look taller is better than getting lifts. You know, because it gives you more height and it's designed to like not fall off your feet. You know,
yeah. Honestly, it's the equivalent of wearing heels, but you know what? One is with a purpose, and the other one is just for show.
yeah. One is to not get treated like a second class citizen,
Yeah, I wonder
and
which
you
one.
know, like this whole like proportion stuff. Like I think like it's better just to have like weird ass proportions but still be tall.
Hmm.
Because like
Yeah,
it's if I mean even if it doesn't like give the let's pretend like it doesn't give any of the perceived benefits, like how people perceive you, at least you're looking at people, right? At people's faces, not looking up at people. And that counts as
Yeah,
a lot.
it really does. Like at least being somewhat on a level playing field with just normal people, and that really does a lot for a person's self-esteem.
Yeah, if they're 5'10", they probably have other issues. Yeah. Because like the average height in the UK is like around 5'10".
Yeah, around about it.
Just get 80 to just get 80 to $110 and gain 2 to 3 inches, bro. Just save money, bro. Average LL patient is 39. Like 3 inches would change something. LL is absolute copium. I mean, if you're that old, I mean, you really need the money early on, you know?
Hmm. And that's the thing. It's not an option for most people.
Yeah. I mean, my
In my
mom has
case,
always known I had this issue. You know, like I mean, when I
yeah,
was 18 years old, when I first learned that I stopped growing, like that really affected me. Like I really freaked out. It got to a point where, like the teachers sent me to like these like psychology classes, like psychological classes, period classes, and like
yeah,
they wanted me to they wanted to send me to a mental hospital, because it just affected me so much. They
yeah.
wanted to
No,
send me to mental hospital or like a special school that deals with disturbed kids.
yeah. Now honestly, they just wanted you out of the way. Like you weren't, what do you call it, handling it like how they wanted you to, which is know your place in Quill.
Yeah,
And
just
since
just
you're
skip,
raising,
just stride, skip, twirl, and say, "Ooh, ooh, ooh. Words will never hurt me."
yeah, and
Remember?
since you weren't playing your assigned role, they just wanted you out of the way so they don't have to look at you.
Yeah, they don't want like a stupid. They want you to be a stupid jester and just take the abuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either entertainment or something to punch down to. That's the duality of the subhuman short guy.
Yeah, man. I'm just done, man. Like, I always feared being short. Like, I remember, like, not even breathing in the direction of short people because I thought the short miasmas would rub off on me. Like, I had
Oh,
one of my tall friends like eat a cookie, and I would like pay him like $1 to like give me the cookie so I could eat his saliva, so I could like get the grow from that. Get the height miasmas.
yeah. Alternatively, in my case, I went out hugging all the tallest people I could find, and what did that do for me? It made me 5'4".
Yeah. And like I remember drawing like my character as like really tall, like 2 stories tall, like
Yeah.
in my drawings, like because like like the Egyptian pictures.
Oh yeah, monument maxing.
Yeah, like with the tall main character.
Yeah.
And like I was just so ashamed of my height, like I couldn't even say the word tall because like I thought I wasn't deserving of that. Or like it would suggest that like I just didn't like saying it.
Yeah.
There's no intimidation max if you're 5'2".
Oh yeah. And that's the thing. This is literally how tall guys literally just hold over you because you know you're not intimidating.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to be intimidating. The only way you'll be intimidating is like what if they know that like you can fire them or something, but chances are like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
What a world, man.
Yeah. Psi maxing to the extreme.
Yeah. Remember that what do you call it? Remember that video where there was that like short Asian guy? Like I think you showed it to me earlier, right? and like the presenter was like holding in her laughter,
Yeah.
and like it literally just says that like it's just it's all AI, bro, you know. Like
Exactly that.
that guy literally has what do you call it, an Instagram, you know. I saw his pictures on there. It's not a fake account, you know.
Yeah, they really can't believe someone that short could ever exist.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like you know that's what I mean. We're just walking jokes, man.
Yeah,
Like that's the best way of describing us. We're walking jokes.
yeah, a joke heights are created for God's entertainment.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember praying to God that I wouldn't be short. You know,
yeah, I mean, let's go bend the knee to the
every
entity that created us like this.
like almost
Yeah,
every day in grade school, I would pray to God that I won't be short.
yeah, honestly, oh, just bend your knee to the entity that created you like this. I wonder what could go.
Yeah, and you know the other kids were like, "Oh, why is your dad so short? Why is your dad so little?" When I was a kid, you know, and
Yeah,
remember that shit where like, you know, where they would like put their hand on the top of their head and like move their hand over to you to like show how short you are compared to them.
oh my God, I
And
literally had that shit happen to me so much in grade school. Like, haha, I'm taller than
and
you.
like if they were like equal height to you, they're like, oh, we're the same size, like we have equality, you know. But if they're taller than you, then they say that, oh, I'm better than you know, and that's just how people um go through life, you know.
Yeah, and this sense of I'm better than you superiority, it just never goes away from grade school. It just becomes much better masked when tall fags enter society.
Yeah, you know, like I'm supposed to tell my dad about this, like this is part of the deal, right? And my mom told me like maybe like I might end up like I would have to prepare that like if he gets really mad about it, I have a plan to, you know, if I get kicked out of the house, I could live in a car or like live with some friends or something, you know,
Hmm.
for suggesting that.
My God, like is he really that overly petty for the fact that he didn't want you to be happy? Like, oh my God, what even is his problem?
Like
You know what?
the issue with him is like he tries to like he has things that he thinks that makes him happy, and like he doesn't really pay attention to the things that make me, he doesn't listen to the things that makes me happy, if that makes sense, you know.
No, honest,
Like
yeah,
he imposes what he thinks would make me happy instead of listening to me and
yeah.
analyzing what he thinks would what seeing what makes me happy, you know, if that
Oh
makes
yeah.
sense.
Oh yeah, for example, oh, I'm not gonna give you a HGH because I know that'll be better for you, us type of thinking.
Yeah, and I have to bear the consequences.
Yeah. Honestly, keep us updated about how it
Yeah,
goes when that conversation happens,
you know,
cause
at like the thing is like, you know, when I talk about like this is the one thing that I won't back down from, you know, like I usually just back down when like he gets angry or anything, but like this is something I would literally not back down to the point where I end up homeless. You know, I want it that much. I
yeah,
want it to the point where I would literally end up homeless. You know, I'm willing to
yeah,
go through homelessness just to get this.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest. If you do become tall and they say homeless, at that point, at least you can have what do you call it? Feel like you earned something. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Well,
Oh, you just did
honestly, like
Mossad effects.
yeah,
Mossad effects.
Mossad effect. Well, isn't your dad
Well,
just
it's
planning on
nothing
kicking
compared
you
to
out
LL.
anyways?
HGH is nothing compared to LL.
Yeah.
And you know, I have to
Like,
bear the consequences for that decision that I never made. You know,
yeah.
I never asked to be this short. You know,
Yeah, I mean, like literally all of us listening to this and us two speaking, none of us asked to be whoever we are.
Yeah.
Literal jokes.
I wish there was reincarnation, man.
Anime Mexico, yeah, same. Just reincarnate as some demon lord type character.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I knew Cope so much. Just to reincarnate as something better
Yeah,
than
I
when
mean,
you
that's what
started
I
off
was
as.
thinking. Like, I was looking at the one in Korea, right? I think it's Dongwon. Um, but like, I looked at his like results, right, and it seemed to be like less than 6 inches for like
Hmm.
most of them. So I'm like, I don't know about that, man. Like, I don't want to end up being 5'6", you know.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
mean,
like,
even if you,
maybe Paley is a better option because he seems to have more people that reach the cap, or close to the cap.
honestly, I'd say even 5 inches should be enough. That'll get you to around about 5'8".
I mean, that's acceptable for me. It's not. I
Yeah,
think 5'9" is a great height, but like,
yeah,
five. I'll settle with 5'8".
yeah. I guess the reason why you'd say 6 inches is because some people were successful getting that much, but honestly, I feel like when it goes for more extreme heights, like more than 3 inches, I believe it's much more like a case by case basis. So, you know what?
Yeah,
Who knows if you would be able to, or if it's safe. This is why I did mention to you before in private to at least consult a few of the experts to see what they have to say. Because,
yeah. I'm gonna go
yeah,
to like many different ones.
yeah, I mean, you really can't make a decision without actually talking to professionals anyway, so you'll get the whole picture in due time.
Yeah. I mean,
But
5'6" is still amazing compared to 5'3", but but like it's not enough to be a person.
yeah,
Like
but
five
what do you
nine is
call
a
it?
person, like a person height, a human
Yeah,
tier height.
yeah,
I mean, 5'6" is fine if you're a woman or a child, but not a man.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Life isn't great. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I have a for an Asian, decent face. Yeah, for an Asian.
yeah,
I mean, I think that's why like I'm not treated worse, to be honest.
yeah.
Like if I had an ugly face, I'd be treated worse.
Yeah, at least you got some of the face halo, but what was face halo without having at least appropriate height?
Yeah, it's like you're seen as a child basically. You know.
Yeah. Oh, what a cute little kid. Oh, wait, that's a 24-year-old grown man. That's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. It's game over, man. It's game
Yeah.
over. I just yeah. Even with a model to your face, 5'6", 8" enough. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not enough. Like it's
bro.
like 5'6" isn't even enough to be average height in Japan. And Japan's a quote unquote short country for Northeast Asia because Japan's like 5'7.5".
Yeah, but even if it has like what do you call it, a lower height than the West, if I'm not mistaken, even they have quite a lot of heightism going on over there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's why I want to get to like 5'9", so I can be like slightly above average in Japan and just live in Japan.
Yeah, that's a good idea at this point. Just to, what do you call it? The US is essentially done for given how they're absolutely murdering themselves. So if you can get out of there, you have avenues, just take it while you can.
Ooh, even Tom Cruise is somewhat around average.
Exactly.
Like,
Like,
what do you mean?
oh,
What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean short? That's like slightly below average.
yeah, at this point, anything is short to brain dead normies.
Well, it depends where you are in China.
Yeah, well, isn't it the north which is the most charred, and then I
Yeah, like
think
the
it's,
north is like Korea tier, like 5'9", 5'10".
yeah, and then it's like the south, isn't it, which is the subhumans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think kind of the same for the UK as well. It's the north and south divide, and not just in terms of wealth, but in terms of looks as well.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
5'9" to 5'11" in northern China.
yeah, I mean that's
The
still
the
good.
the, the women are taller than us. 5'7" to
Uh,
5'9".
a bungee jump maxing. Let's go. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
without the cord.
Without the cord,
Yeah,
exactly. And honestly, every single time I go outside, I genuinely see all these tall females around, and it just does something to my head.
yeah. You're buzzing around on the bus.
Mm, yeah, psychological damage whenever I see these people around.
Yeah, I mean, I need LL. It's like no no choice, you know.
Yeah, at this point, it's not even a want; it's a literal need.
Yeah, and if I get denied that, then
Yeah, I mean, you can come
then
join me, and we
there's
can both bungee
yeah, we
jump
could
off of London
bungee
Bridge.
jump on the London Bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, it's a scam, man. This life is a fucking scam.
Yeah,
I wish I was at just normal sized, just normal ass life.
yeah. Honestly, I would actually be happy to even reincarnate as like a bird or something, just as long as if I'm not human.
Yeah,
But then again, like the whole problem is that even the mug is real, even in
I mean,
nature. So
I
it's like,
know LL is painful. I know it, but at least it's temporary. Yeah,
yeah,
like
I,
I'm willing to go through a lot of pain. I'm willing to go through homelessness just to get LL.
yeah. I mean, like all the physical pain would be done within a year or so. I think that's how long it should last, and then there's the therapy side of it. But I'm sure you'd have a lot to adjust to, and there's probably going to be some after, what do you call it, aftermath
Yeah,
of
you're
pain.
gonna have to
But
learn to walk again, basically.
yeah, learn to walk. We'll also have like some creaking pains here and there, but it's still better. Still better than being 5'3".
Yeah,
And this is what
isn't it
normies,
crazy? Like a perfectly quote unquote healthy human being has to go through this
yeah.
just to be
Honestly, if no,
considered quote unquote healthy.
yeah, normies would literally can never understand this problem. But it's
Yeah,
all
like
about
this
females.
is why everyone who's like, oh, don't do LL, don't do LL. They're like always average height. I mean, I if I were in their position, sure, but like I'm not
Yeah.
them though. I'm not 5'9". Like I don't live in their shoes, so that's not my reality.
Hmm.
Yeah, you want to end it here? Or,
It's up to you, really. I don't mind.
yeah, you'll need a dedicated nurse. Yeah, I mean, my mom said she'll look after me at least.
Yeah. I mean, there's much to consider, but I guess you'll have some time in between. You have to talk to your dad looking for professionals and whatever. But I'm
I know
sure
what he's
that,
gonna say. I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna be like, "Look at me. I'm successful. I'm happy, but I'm short. I'm shorter than you are." But I'm gonna be like, "Bro, I'm not you though. I never
yeah,
had the same life experiences. I didn't grow up the same way."
yeah. And considering the
I
fact
mean,
that
you
both of,
can't say, "Oh, I'm older, so I know more than you," because like we have
yeah,
completely different life experiences.
yeah, and given the fact that both of us are in Gen Z, well, he is in the older generation.
Boomers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like, what do you call it? If he wants to be victimized, then that's up to him. But like, I don't,
yeah,
I don't want that reality.
yeah. Actually, the point of different generation, the fact that he grew up in like different times where
Different
at least
country,
height,
different
yeah,
country.
or even different country where height at that point wasn't that much of a problem for him. And considering now that he is like very status max, he can at least compensate for it. But in your case, you literally can't even get to the point of compensating, quite literally, because you know what? Your height prevents you in so many different cases.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I mean,
Normies
it's
love
not
to,
just reaching shit. It's not about clothes. Like that's not even. Actually, it would help me because like pants are always too long. If I get pants after 8, after LL, like they're actually gonna fit better.
Yeah. That's gonna be literally one of the nicer things about doing
Yeah, but
LL, the
like these
fact
are
that
just peripheral things that don't really matter, to be honest.
yeah, no, it's true.
I mean, it's nice to have clothes that fit. It's nice to like be able to reach stuff, but that's not like the meat and potatoes of the issue, right? And like
Yeah,
I just hate how tall guys always seem to highlight these like peripheral issues like they're the main thing, and
yeah,
compare their lives to us due to those like minor cosmetic issues.
mm,
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to scream my lungs out for this shit, and go homeless.
yeah. Do it honestly. At this
Yeah.
point, like, what do you even have to lose, anyways?
Yeah, because this is forever basically.
Yeah,
Like this would be life changing.
yeah.
It would literally turn my life around 180.
Huh.
I mean, even if I was 5'7", that's still a 180
Yeah,
because I could wear lifts.
yeah. And then the LARP is 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah. I mean, I've been rejected for my height a lot as well.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
mean,
we'll
it's
see
it's,
it.
it's really sad.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm at the point where that's an extra issue. Like I'm at the point where my quality of life is just so low that that's just a peripheral issue.
yeah,
I mean, you saw how short I was. Like I went to where you I went to the UK.
yeah.
I mean, you saw how puny I was. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end this stream.
Yeah. Now, had it gone on for long enough or something?
Yeah, I just hope my parents don't barge in or something and scold me.
Ah, of course. Yeah, you know what? That's probably a good idea. Just
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully, I'll get some updates. See you.